So hi, my name is Patrick Ingram. I am an HIV advocate, and I am also the creator behind Pause Life of Patrick.com. So on December 1st, 2011, I was given the news that changed my life forever, and I was diagnosed with HIV. So in the beginning of knowing that I'm positive, I felt unwanted, dirty. I felt like I was like the scum of the earth. And even to the point where someone over social media, Facebook, said that, you're not even invited in our group. We don't want you as our friend anymore. Go back into the hole that you came from. So, happy coming out with being HIV positive or even knowing. So, the very early stages were trying and were very difficult. And I'm not going to say that it was easy because it was not. But the triumph and the breaking through that barrier came when I made the decision that HIV does not define who I am. HIV is a virus that I was infected with. It doesn't dictate my life. It doesn't run my life. I determine how my life goes, and I determine that story. So I was able to get over that barrier, and I made a promise to myself that Patrick is a definition. Like, I am Patrick, and that definition is defined by who I am as a person. HIV is not within there. I do live with HIV, and I can say that I'm very proud of that now, but I don't let it affect my day-to-day life. So, what I do is that every day I take my medication. I take my HIV medication. And every day I take that medication, I'm reminded that I have HIV. And it can be sometimes it can be a very, just a very solemn reminder. But I don't let those thoughts take over my existence. I keep my head high. I keep my eyes forward into the future because I know I have a very bright future living with HIV. And I know that I'm on top of things. I know that I am on top of this virus. So I take every single step every day, maybe small, and some may be very big steps. But I know that every step that I'm taking is a step to be in control of this virus. It's a step to reduce stigma surrounding HIV, because stigma is the number one thing that prevents people from getting tested. It prevents people from getting into care and getting on the medications and staying on those medications that they need to be on to live a very high quality life that is very long. So that's a very important factor. So someone may ask that question, how is it every day living with HIV? And I say, it's easy. I mean, it's tough, but it's manageable. And I shouldn't say easy because it's not. Living with HIV is very tough. It's very mental. It's very physical. It's a physical strain on my own body with the medications and the side effects and the long-term effects of living with HIV and not knowing. There's some major effects that has had on me. So, but how I stay in control and how I stay on top of this virus is having a positive outlook on life. And I do that by having daily affirmations. And I go to my doctor's appointments. I schedule them. I show up. I follow my doctor's advice. I take my medications every day, and I maintain my suppressed viral load. It's important to maintain one's suppressed viral load because really only 25% of people who are HIV positive have a suppressed viral load. And that's very low, and we need to work to get that number up. We have to. So working hard to stay on my medication and keep my viral load suppressed is key to being in control of this virus. And also just working very hard in the field of prevention and in social media and entertainment to ensure that we are reducing stigma surrounding HIV. We have to do what it takes. All of us play a role, and we all have different special skills and attributes. Some can sing, some people can dance, some people are very well spoken, and some people have great artistic abilities. But we must use our attributes and our abilities to help in the fight, in this war, this battle against HIV. And it's very important because all of our skills are very essential to winning this war. HIV is not a death sentence, but it's not a walk in the park. This journey is not butterflies and rainbows. Let's be very clear about that. But, it's a reality. The cost of medications for people who are uninsured or on the lower end of socioeconomic statuses are the cost of medications is very high, and even it can be overwhelming to individuals who have insurance policies. But the key is understanding that there are programs like Ryan White services and also services like copay assistance that can step in and help individuals who are struggling. But the truth of that statement is that federal funding surrounding HIV is in jeopardy, and it's very important for all of us to reach out to our representatives and let them know that we want to ensure that we continue to have adequate funding for HIV in regards to prevention, research, and for the continued quality care that people living with HIV deserve and need to have a fantastic quality of life. So we're light years ahead of where we used to be at, but it's still important that we recognize that work still needs to be done in regards to in our government policies and our communities. And so it's still important to understand that work needs to be done surrounding HIV within our government policies, within our communities, which could be the town that we live in, the church or place of worship we go to, and even our schools, even our families, and even as individuals, we still have to continue the hard work of educating people on HIV, making sure that people who are at the most exposure to HIV are getting tested. Everyone should be tested annually if they fit certain criteria, even 3 to 6 months. Getting tested for HIV. So it's important that we understand that and be empowered to know our status and be empowered if we are negative to take the steps to remain negative, which is using the prevention tool belt, which is education, which is condom use, which is harm and risk reduction, and even new technological steps like PEP and PrEP. So those things are very important to continue to be in control of the virus. And for those who are living with HIV, taking the steps to get into care, stay in the care, get on medications, and stay on those medications to reach the goal of treatment, which is having a suppressed viral load. Because when you have a suppressed viral load, the chances of infecting someone else is very low. It's very low. And then when that person has a suppressed viral load, that basically means that the virus is under control. And then people can then at that point take better steps and greater steps to take control of their lives. HIV definitely does not define us at all. So it's definitely amazing to see when people are working together, like at Work Fashion Week, and it brings more awareness to the issue, the epidemic that we're having in the United States, that is HIV and AIDS. So we must not forget that to put it into AIDS, we all must work together, because I am a very huge supporter of that, with the helps of individuals like you out there, and for the fantastic individuals who have set up this fashion week and continue to bring awareness to HIV and AIDS, that for once, I think that I can see a future where AIDS is no longer an issue, and I can see a scenario in the future in which for the first time we get breaking news on our major news networks and are just a release from the government saying that for the first time ever we've reached the lowest rates of new HIV infections ever. And I know that we can do it. We just have to utilize our skills and attributes to spread awareness, to be educated on HIV and what it looks like, to reduce stigma, promote testing and prevention surrounding HIV, and also for people who are living with HIV to take the steps to be in control of the virus and take control of their lives. So work definitely still needs to continue to be done, and you can support this fashion event by just watching or attending it. And it's important that you support HIV testing, education materials, comprehensive sexual education, research, treatment, and for those who lack insurance or in low-income communities, it's definitely important and imperative to support those communities as well. So I encourage you to participate in Well, I definitely encourage you to participate in work. So I definitely encourage you to participate. So I definitely encourage you to participate in So I definitely encourage you to participate in Fashion Week and Work, because it's a cause of finally bringing more education and more knowledge about HIV. So once and for all, we can end it. We can put a stop to the virus. We can end new infections. When I see people working together, like at Work Fashion Week, to bring more awareness to an issue like HIV, it really touches me, and it shows that we as individuals do have the ability to work together for a common good, to reduce HIV infections to the lowest they've ever been, and to eradicate new AIDS diagnosis in this country and around the world. We have the ability to do that, but it's important that we work together, pull in all of our resources and skills and talents to make this happen. And I encourage you to participate in Fashion Week and with Work so that we can finally put an end to HIV. Thank you.